Next. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to start just giving a little introduction of AIESEC in Sweden, also especially for the new members. Next one. So welcome to AIESEC in Sweden. As you might have noticed, next one, we have different local committees all around the country. The MC in Stockholm, and then, for instance, I'm from Lund, and then we have the local committee in Uppsala, in Linköping, and in Gothenburg. Next one. Yeah, Aradhna.
And yes, so here are our beautiful MC members, member committee members. So we work full-time with the national team in Stockholm. We have President Nilanka, President-elect Mustafa, Lilian, Daniel, Martina, Usai, and Rodrigo. I'm not going to go through their current functions because that's, Rodrigo sent me his photo. Yeah, he sent it to me on WhatsApp. But next. And here's just a next quick overview of what the different functions are. We have organizational health. You'll keep hearing us say OH. Lilian is the one who is in charge of that. So it's mostly facilitating recruitment, training, and organizing meetings like the one we're having right now. Training members, so making sure that, we're doing everything we need to do. She sends out surveys and make sure we're full of, reaching our goals and stuff. You can ask her questions afterwards. We have incoming global volunteer who Martina is supposed to take care of that right now, but like Osai said something clever about IDTV. So we don't have that. Shit, I got muted. But yeah, so basically, incoming global volunteer is just organizing projects for volunteers that come from other countries and come to Sweden and work on a specific project. Then we have finance and legalities, so just taking care of accounting, creating compendium, making sure that we are compliant with laws and paying taxes and stuff. We have digital experiences, marketing, so basically, you'll see us posting a lot of things on social media and stuff. That's Osai's job right now. We have incoming global talent. Cool picture of Rodrigo. He's a MCVP in charge of that, so member committee vice president. And right now, everybody does IGT pretty much, but it's mostly just taking care of interns that come and work with our partners, such as the global partners, Electrolux, and I don't know who's gone now, Volvo, but we also have a lot of other partners. If we go on about this, it might take a whole day to explain the different products, but go with the last one, OGX, outgoing exchanges. That's mostly when we send people to different countries from Sweden. Martina is nodding because she works with OGX, but it's just doing offline campus promotions, talking to people who are interested in going abroad and doing different experiences. I think over the next few weeks, people like Gustav who have gone on exchanges can talk about their experiences later. But next.
Yeah. So besides the structure of our organization, we think that the first thing that one needs to know about AIESEC is for sure what AIESEC is really about. And in order to explain how and why this organization was funded and what are the main values and goals you need to keep in mind as part of the AIESEC family, we want to show you this very exhaustive video that we have in the next slide. Yeah.
Maybe you can send in us the link instead so we can watch it on our own computers. I think that's faster than.
Sure, if you want, we can send it to you, but it's only 3 minutes, so.
It all started in 1948, after the Second World War, where a group of young people determined that the ability to understand each other's cultures was essential to prevent similar conflicts in the future, and hence achieving peace became a cornerstone of the organization. In today's context, peace doesn't just mean avoiding war, but can symbolize a world where conflict doesn't arise from cultural, religious, or other aspects of differences in humanity. Peace can also symbolize harmony with yourself and a world where everyone can work towards their own understanding of peace while respecting each other's views and striving to become the best version of themselves. Hence, AIESEC's why is peace and fulfillment of humankind's potential. We place our confidence in youth as the key to unlock a better future because they have the passion and the entrepreneurial spirit needed to shape the world. They have the responsibility to improve tomorrow by shaping today. We believe that leadership is the fundamental solution for a better world, and it can be shaped in anyone, even you. AIESEC is a platform for young people to explore and develop their leadership potential. AIESEC's leadership development model seeks to prepare you to take a stand for what you care about while making a difference through everyday actions. Self-awareness, empowering others, solution orientation, and world citizenship. This is the leadership that we believe in and develop. We enable young people to develop their leadership through learning from practical experiences in challenging environments. We do this through cross-cultural exchanges and by creating these opportunities. We allow young people to work and volunteer abroad in non-familiar environments that allow them to step outside of their comfort zone and broaden their worldview while contributing to the community that they are living in. AIESEC's members work in teams that manage their cross-cultural exchanges, which gives them the opportunity to live powerful team experiences and develop their own leadership potential. We believe young people learn best from doing and reflecting on their experiences and hence provide them with the framework of the inner and outer journey. Can you imagine what would happen if we engaged and developed every young person in the world? This is the question that drives us as we strive to achieve peace and fulfillment of humankind's potential. AIESEC is global, independent, non-political, a not-for-profit youth-run organization. We do not discriminate on the basis of gender, sexual orientation, disabilities, creed, or religion, nor on the basis of national, ethnic, or social origin. Our values are striving for excellence, demonstrating integrity, enjoying participation, acting sustainably, activating leadership, and living diversity. This is the AIESEC way, our guide for every AIESECer to understand what is the purpose of our existence and the unique way of how we are achieving it.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can go on the next one when you're there. So, on the light of what we just watched and what we just heard, we would like you to always keep in mind, like, how will you develop your leadership experience with AIESEC? But when we say with AIESEC, we don't just mean within AIESEC, within your tasks with AIESEC, but also outside AIESEC in your life. So what's your goal and what kind of leader do you want to become in the future for yourself too? Yeah, you can go on, Mustafa. So as mentioned in the video too, in order to answer these questions, you should always keep in mind what are the qualities that, according to our perspective, a leader should develop and should always, should try to develop. Yeah, you can go on, please. That are mentioned for qualities, so being solution-oriented, meaning that we should always trying to be positive and determined to achieve our goals with a problem-solving orientation. And can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, taking risks as well. And as I said, always being positive. Secondly, to be self-aware of your values, your strengths over your weaknesses, and of every single step of your personal development. trying to explore always your inner passions. Then another important quality is trying to be and to become a world citizen. So getting out of your bubble, of your comfort zone, and push yourself to overcome your limits, becoming a citizen of the world. And finally, empowering others through cooperation and engagement.
Okay, anyway, moving on. Can I have some victims or some volunteers to talk about values? Rosanna, do you think you can talk about striving for excellence?
Yeah, sure. So striving for excellence is one of the values that it's easily explained. Like, you want to do your best in everything that you do. You have a goal and you make sure that you can do it in the best way, and it can be a sustainable way, right? So not every single potential option, but a good option. So I think it's one of the best values that we have, just to strive to be better for yourself, for others, and so on.
Yeah, thank you. Next. Tanya, I see you in the same picture. Can you?
Just 1 sec.
Yeah, sure. Or we can come back to you afterwards. Who else?
I fixed it.
Yeah, okay. Okay, you can go then. Talk about demonstrating integrity.
Demonstrating integrity, I think it's one of the most important values that we have, because especially in AIESEC, like, we come from different backgrounds, like different culture, like we meet different people, not only like in AIESEC, but even in OGX. And since we are all in a kind of way united together, so all like have a good communication, problem, handle, try to keep it up as much.
I think I was not really able to follow what you said because the connection was really bad, but I don't know if it was just me.
I think it was breaking a little bit. So
Maybe
we can come back to it. So let's hear a little bit from a new people and maybe some old people. So if you want to, who can go first?
Yeah, just give your own interpretation of this.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's no right or wrong answer. It's more how you relate to the different values. Elsa, do you want to go with the next one? And or maybe whenever one after that. Jonathan, maybe. Do you want to go with enjoying participation? Okay.
I can go with enjoying participation if no one is going.
Yeah, great.
Okay, amazing. So enjoying participation is basically generally is that like we enjoy whatever that we want, like that we are doing inside this organization. Why? Because in the end of the day, this is one of the most important values that like we should live, because we believe in what we do, and like we are doing it because we want to do it and we want to do this impact to the world. So that's why we are enjoying any activity or like any plan that like we are doing. Why? Because like in the start or like in the beginning, we already initiated the plan or the idea. So this is the best thing about AIESEC, that we have the space in order like to put our own activities and action plans, and like how we participate with other members, or like how we engage with the organization. And we should enjoy doing this as we live this organizational value. Next.
Great. Yeah, next.
Okay, living diversity.
Living diversity.
I can go for this one.
Okay, great.
Yeah, because like in my opinion, this is maybe one of the most important values, because like also living, you know, in we live in a very racist world, and most of the times, like living in our bubble and growing up in our bubble, in our country, in our hometown, we are scared of what's different from us. And I think that AIESEC as an organization is promoting exchanges, so pushing people to get out of their comfort zones, of their bubbles, and to meet, and to not also meet, but also and see what's different from them, but to appreciate it and to share like our own diversity, and to appreciate the diversity of the others. So I think this is a very, very important value, not only within AIESEC, but within our communities nowadays.
Amazing. Thank you, Martina. Next.
Great. So I'll just try again with volunteers. Pallavi, do you want to talk about this one?
That's my favorite.
I will go with some other one. I was thinking for going with diversity, I guess.
Sure. I mean, you can just give your personal interpretation of it. So there's no pressure. So.
Let me think. I don't have much idea about it, actually, to be true.
Okay, so basically acting, can you hear me, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically acting sustainably is about sustainability, and also like it's about individual sustainability as an organizational sustainability as well. So like in a big perspective, let's say the organization, or like what any like strategy that like we are planning or something needs to be sustainable for like the health of the organization. And also us as individuals, like when we are going for conferences, or like when we are having meetings, or like any activities, or like any kind of like interaction or like engagement with the organization, we seek to be as much as sustainable as we can in terms of using and consuming materials and stuff like this. So this is basically very, very general acting sustainably.
To add a little bit to that, it's about, in a very general sense, you want to see this organization functioning in a good way in the long term. Let's say after 1-2 years, the decisions that we take now should make sure that the organization, or like whatever that you're doing, is continuing after some time, that is being sustainable. Yeah.
Amazing. Thank you, Nilanka. Next is activating leadership.
Yeah, it's important to lead by example and to inspire people through our own actions, and it's also important to take responsibility for developing others. I mean, the whole point of this is to just talk about how important it is, how important leadership is. If you follow our social media, you'll see that every day we put leadership is also something. But very often it's just small things that you can do. So just give a good example, set a good example. If you don't go out, you don't go to the supermarket all the time, you don't stock up on things, then people around you, younger people, might also follow suit and not waste and stuff. So it's just taking small steps and being a good leader in that sense. I mean, it doesn't have to be very deep or very far-fetched, but that's how I would sort of relate it in the current context, at least. Since we're talking about the core of AIESEC, we also thought it's nice to talk about AIESEC culture, especially for new members who didn't have a chance to attend our physical events. So the first thing is, just hey AIESEC. That's I don't do it very well. Mustafa will show you how to do that. But generally,
okay, guys. Yeah. Say. Okay, so basically, like when I tell you, like when I ask you, like, or like when it happens, like if we have a meeting, or like if we are in a space or something, and then having a session, and like there was a break, or there was activity or something, and want to grab like your attention, or like the facilitator wants to grab your attention, he will say, hey AIESEC, and then you will answer what's up, okay? And then after this, how you feeling? And then you say excellent. So yes, we do this in our conferences. We think this is the first AIESEC gesture that we do. One more thing, Aradhna.
Yeah, can you? Yeah, so
Do you want me to turn on the video?
Okay, you can play for us. It's just a part of a video, but
amazing.
Oops.
Why?
Okay, so back to the shouts. In AIESEC, different countries, different entities, or different local communities sometimes have their own shouts to just, it's something unique that they have. In Sweden, if you go to conferences, you'll hear people from Lund say something a lot of the times and very loud, and that's part of it. That's the closest I could find for the presentation.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll record a better one for next time, and we'll try to synchronize better. But generally, the shouts are something like that.
Why don't the people from Lund that are here do it for us right now?
And Mustafa knows it too. So Mustafa.
Okay, yalla, okay, Lund, Rosie, Tanya.
I'm in a public space and I'm gonna go with this face. Other times out, you know. You know. Next time when I'm home.
Okay, then like next time. Then do it next time. So the next thing in AIESEC culture, we have like during the conferences we have like gestures. So the gestures are like let's say if I want, for example, like if we are in a room and then like someone said something and we want to appreciate this person, so like we usually applause, right? But like sometimes it becomes very loud and we don't want to do this. So I will mention this, Rosanna, I can see you. So like if we want to appreciate someone, we can like just do like this. So like it's like less sound and then like it's a way of appreciating the person who shared something. Okay? Cool.
And if you and also if you agree with certain points that someone is telling, you also do this if you agree with someone. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, another AIESEC gesture. So like sometimes if the facilitator doesn't have voice, because sometimes in conferences everyone loses their voice, so they cannot say hey AIESEC in a very, very loud way. So they can just like do like this. And if you are continue speaking or like if you don't do like this, you will get hit. Like so anyone in the room can just hit you on your forehead. Or anywhere. Okay. Amazing. Another one, like AIESEC gesture, is basically like this. So like when I explain something and then I want to make sure that it's clear for you, I do like this. It means clear. The meaning of this, you know, when you install a light bulb, like you just install a light bulb and then like when you install it, it gets light.
I thought it's a crystal.
It's also
it's a crystal.
Yeah. The interpretation might be different in different countries. So, like for me, this is like it's you know the answer is it's a crystal. Like I answer it's clear. It's crystal clear. You know this is the idea.
Okay.
The bug is here. You know when you have idea.
So I'm glad I remember the whole thing.
So clear. AIESEC gesture.
Yeah.
Crystal clear.
Mesh. Okay, I'll continue presenting. Amazing. Aradhna?
Yeah, so another very important part of AIESEC life is conference. Do you want to talk about it, Martina? Or
yeah, I think we have a video later also, right?
Yeah, we have. I mean, we just have a random video. It's just conferences are a chance for us to meet other AIESECers and catch up, but also we get to do things that I don't know how to describe them. They're just random. You have a lot of learning, especially, but also a lot of fun stuff. So unfortunately, you guys, because of this current thing, we can't miss. Well, we are missing the conferences. But yeah.
Yeah. So just to add a little bit, the conferences are like one of the main places where everyone has a chance to get together, because like right now we are doing this virtually, But for you guys to actually meet, because you're in different cities all around the country, so for you to meet, there's very less chances, like in AIESEC, let's say, like for us to organize. So national conferences are one of the touch points that we have, where everyone can get together and meet each other from all around the country. And also, this is a place where we try to teach everyone in like AIESEC in Sweden about like the things that we are doing, what is the type of knowledge that you need, to do the activities. Let's say if you're in a specific function, the things that you want to learn to, do the work. We teach these things, and then we also do some kind of planning for, let's say, the next semester. Let's say we do these things with the team itself to plan for what you need to do. So these are like the things that we do in conferences. We have national conferences, we have international conferences as well. So different people get the chance to go. Some of our people went to Turkey recently. The conference didn't happen completely, but they got to experience a couple of days of the conference before they came back because of the issues. But yeah.
We don't have to watch the whole of it. I just thought it was nice because I was going through old conference stuff and I just remembered this, and it's one of those random things you do. You just meet people. I mean, it's people that you met probably 1 or 2 days before, but then you get close to them and you invite them in your personal space, and it's just nice to bond. Moving on.
Yeah, and the last thing is the roll call. Roll calls that are basically dances that we do, especially at conferences, big conferences, international conferences, but also after meetings or during a brainstorming session. And what's nice about roll calls is that you're dancing, so there are not linguistic barriers. So that's why they're so like powerful, and you can express yourself and also bond with the others while dancing. And I think we also have an example, as a video. So yeah, that was the last thing that we wanted to share with you guys, and we just want to leave you with with a question to think about what's your favorite AIESEC value, and to reflect also on what we saw in the and what we try to explain to you about the AIESEC values, and to just let you reflect what you're actually doing in AIESEC and why you decided to join AIESEC, and how is this opportunity, how is it gonna influence your life in the future and also in the present, actually. I don't know if Aradhna wanna jump.
Guys, we are fine with awkward silence, but you need to share in the end of the day.
Yeah, but who starts? Like 70 people. I'm not gonna be like, me, I'm first.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see this. Me, I'm first. I really wanted to see this.
Okay, what happened now?
I'm not sure what happened. What happened, Justin?
Yeah, I'm also wondering what happened. At one point, there was no one speaking, and when we all started speaking at once. But yeah, like Martina said, it's just now you can take a few minutes. I mean, you don't have to answer right away, but you can just think about it. What is your favorite AIESEC value? Which one? Why did you join AIESEC, first of all? And you might have had a small idea in your mind. Oh, AIESEC seems fun. They seem stupid. So they seem great. Or there are people from different countries. So all of these.
Maybe I'll start sharing that. I'll go ahead with the answers first, and you guys can follow up after. For me, like the reason that I joined AIESEC, it was some time ago. I joined AIESEC back in 2014, and for me it was like very random initially. Like one of my friends who was in like university, they told me about, there's this organization like this. You can go on exchange. You work with like people in other countries. So this is like the first message that I heard about AIESEC before even I started going to university. But after I went there, like when I was like joining AIESEC exactly, my reason was purely to, how do you say, like get certain skills for myself. Like when I was going through my interview, I understood like for me, like I was not really good at public speaking or marketing in general. And when they were explaining the functions to me, I felt like, OGX is the function like it sounded the most difficult for me to do. And this is why I joined OGX, because I wanted like certain skills in OGX which I didn't have. And this is why I joined AIESEC. But staying in AIESEC was like a completely different story. Like I think all of these values reflected at some point of my AIESEC career, but the one which I felt most connected to is activating leadership. It's because like I saw a lot of people that were in my teams or like that I led becoming really nice, like really great people, or like them developing certain skills which they didn't have like when they started AIESEC. Like I saw people who never spoke before going on stages and expressing themselves. I saw people like doing much greater things than they even considered possible by themselves. So this is like this was something which was very satisfying for me in AIESEC and made me continue a lot. But apart from that, I believe a lot in demonstrating integrity as a person, and I think these are the two main connection points for me in AIESEC.
Okay, I don't like the silence. Okay, go, Gustav, please. The silence is a bit weird to me.
All right, my AIESEC experience. We can start from the beginning when I started joining AIESEC. It was a great experience because I didn't know anything what I was joining for. I was my first years I joined a university, and I was coming to an info booth they held, and they told about what I'm studying, and I told them I was studying African studies, and they told them, yeah, this is a good place for you, because then you can use it on the real life. It's like, oh my god, this is impressive. So when I joined, I started to realize it's more and more just learning. I still get more experience in leadership, get more set experience and believe in myself, and how can I impact and use my own skills, because I want to use all of this when I study, because I want to impact the world and I want to give new experience, learning after the different cultures and how different people. So I can say experience was good for me. That's it.
Cool. Thank you, Gustav.
Yeah, I can go. I remember the interview day, and basically I'm the kind of person that has to know, like, okay, this is the first step, what goes next? So during the interview, I was asking, okay, I'm becoming a member right now, what happens next? Is that it? And they're just like, no, it's a leadership skill. I was just like, I like that. So that was the first thing that I got to know about AIESEC. Like, there is a leadership skill, they're trying to develop you and so on. And I was very much attracted to it. but I've been able to have a taste of all the values from the beginning that made me be like, okay, there's a leadership scale. It's amazing, but there is also these other values, and it's the diversity, people from so many countries, and they were striving for excellence and trying to demonstrate integrity. And I could see that. So I was just like, okay, it's like an environment that I want to be in and grow in. But for now, I'm not going to choose activating leadership as my favorite because I got a taste of it and I still like it, you know. But the thing is, I'm going to choose acting sustainable because to me, it's not just acting right, but it's an act of kindness towards the earth, towards environment, towards the community, to people, and to future generations. So basically, you're not doing a lot. You're doing so little, but it has such a big impact. And we forget about the small things, but we just focus on the big scale. So that's why I'm choosing that as my favorite for now. So that's it.
Thanks, Rosie.
Anyone else want to share?
I can.
Yeah, go for it.
I remember in the beginning that Rosie like told me, okay, I joined this organization and things, but I am the type of person who used to have a bubble. So every time I would leave my comfort zone, I recreated another bubble so I can still be comfortable. So when I accepted the first day that I got the news from Nilanka because he did the interview and said that, okay, you are accepted, I was like, okay, now I am inside, but like, what should I do? Because it's different people with like different cultures, and I'm not that used to like talk to many people, you know, or be like, oh, super fun. So I was like, okay, this is challenge number one basically for me. And then I learned the other values. But for 1 year or 1 year and a half that I've been in AIESEC, I learned a lot. And my favorite one is living diversity, because now I get to meet many people with, you know, value delivery and IGT. And then I saw the conference, you know, people from different backgrounds, like really, really fun that for me on daily basis, I would never have the chance to meet or to talk to. And in the kind of way it expanded like my mindset. So now I don't see people that, okay, like for example, this person comes from this country, so I expect him to be like this or like that. So it completely removed this idea. So now I am more open to meet new people. I'm a little bit like more open to introduce myself or like to share my things. So it was really, really nice. So this was for me. Can I just choose someone to talk?
Good idea.
Yeah, sure.
Rodrigo.
Sure.
Go ahead.
Okay. For me, I think is living diversity, because AIESEC is one of the unique local or local will give you like the opportunity to like do networking or make contact with many people in many different parts of the world. Like in this call, we have like many countries here together in this call. This is very strange for me in my reality before AIESEC, because basically I'm living in a small city in Brazil, and like all the people is Brazilian. It's not very touristic and not a big capital or this type of thing when you meet many people. And I think this is very good for you know more the world, for you like understand more the situation of the other people and understand the world is not all all for you, or not. It's not about you. It's about the society and how you live together with the other people for have one better place for all. And I think this is why living diversity it's nice, because basically show for you another possibilities to live, to dance, to talk, to make things and to change your life. Basically, for me, it is. For me now is Oscar. You are here?
Yes, I'm here. So for me, as Rodrigo told, living diversity is the best. That's why I joined AIESEC, to meet new people and um, to learn about their culture and their experiences that they had. And like it is always very nice to meet like people from different culture and different backgrounds and have a conversation with them. What do they follow? What are their beliefs and interests and these sort of activities? What they do? Like I have some examples as well. Spanish people loves to dance and sing, and yeah, they are very good at it. And like here in Sweden, people are very nice. They speak very nice, and like language is very good as well. I would say the Swedish, yeah. So these are the things that I have learned. Like every culture have their best things to present to the world, yeah. And the other one that I like the most is acting sustainable, which we all have to follow in our life to save the earth. We all can contribute like a little bit, and that can result in a much better place. So yeah, that's my point of view. And I will
I think we're running out of time, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
I was going to say that, but yeah. Great mind.